About a month ago, while looking over some stats for my YouTube channel, I noticed a number of approaching milestones. Upon closer inspection, I realized several would arrive in close proximity. It is an odd human quality where milestones are often points used for reflection. Those old enough to remember the end of the 20th century or the USA's bicentennial, if you're really old, have experienced this phenomenon. As my channel gains its 40,000th subscriber, and 7,000th hymn recorded, and 50 hours of classical solo piano recordings, and in a couple of months the 25th million view, what profound or trivial thoughts come to mind? As my pastor often says, when you try to say something, you can't say everything. I could wax more, mostly less eloquently, for pages about lessons learned in my 3+ score years. But I'm going to keep this short and just hit the most important point. In Matthew 25, Jesus tells the parable of the 3 servants. One was given 5 talents, another 2, and a third only 1. The servant with 1 buried it and did nothing but return it to his master. The other 2 servants worked and earned a good return for their master. I am the middle servant. I was given only a very modest talent. Ask anybody who knew me in college or grad school. I got fired from my first 2 church jobs because I couldn't play a hymn to save my life. But I knew I could work, and after decades of work, God has blessed me with something a little better than a modest talent, but still modest. While the success of this channel can look impressive to some, in reality it has only grown very slowly over the past 11 years. When I was 16 years old, I had a job which paid only $1 an hour. And as an old man, I have returned to a job which pays about the same. But doing God's work is never about income or fame or recognition. I spend my days now living right next door to the middle of nowhere, Tennessee. My studio is located in the back of the property, and I do not get a cell signal back here. I can go days without anybody contacting me save my wife and son. Yet, the Lord has blessed me with a peace which passes all understanding and the time to contemplate His peace. I hear from so many of you words of appreciation and encouragement, and my work seems to be helpful to some, and so it goes on. Maybe it comes from age or nearly dying a few years ago. But the world's priorities really are so utterly trivial. What is man that God is the least bit mindful of him? Who am I but a minor musician who lives far from any musical center? Yet, my shrinking number of hairs are still numbered by my Creator. After spending the summer of 2020 looking for new and imaginative ways my heart could fail me, I vowed I would continue to do whatever work the Lord put in my hands as diligently as I could with what remained of me and my days. That is the lesson here. Do not concern yourself with what the world values, but rather seek the Lord's will and serve Him wherever you find yourself and with whatever limited talents you may have. That alone is our calling. And that is my lesson for today, young Padawan.